Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Star Wars Let's Play. And the Beta 19 update mod fiasco saga continues. I really appreciate all of the support in the comments of the last video, where I let you guys know what was going on with that. And fortunately, it looks like we will be able to continue with this playthrough. I still haven't made any significant progress on the other two, but I remain hopeful that I will be able to recover those. I'm really sorry to those of you who lost your saves, and I don't know that there's much I can do to help you recover those. However, I will let you guys know of a way to prevent this in the future. And so, if you're not familiar with how Steam Workshop works, is it keeps your mods in a separate file that's managed by the Steam client, and you can access those if you know where to look. It's not hard. If you go through your Steam files directory, you can find the workshop files. It gets a little confusing from there because Steam doesn't want you tampering with these files. They're not named, they are numbered, so that unless you know what number to look for, it is very difficult to find. That said, it's the same for everybody, so people have posted, what certain things are. And RimWorlds has been found. I have it bookmarked in my my Windows Explorer menu things, so I can access it really easily. And if you go in there, you can find all of your mods in there. Again, not named, but they're listed by the workshop ID number. So if you find a mod in Steam Workshop and you look at the ID number that's up in like the little Steam URL, that number is actually what the mods are listed as in there. And you can copy and paste those from that folder to just like a folder on your desktop to back them up in case anything like this happens where a bunch of mods get updated and all of a sudden they're no longer compatible with your version of the game. Now, the only way to really implement those backups is to then go into your RimWorld directory, and there's a mod folder in there. So this is like Steam Apps, Common, RimWorld, and then in that RimWorld folder there's a mod folder. And unless you have other manually installed mods, there will just be a core folder. But if you take all those Steam Workshop mods and drop them into the mod folder, the game will recognize them even though they're not named, and it should recognize and give you names actually, assuming it's for the right version. It will pick up the name and be able to show those. Now, if you're loading a modded save, you're going to have to manually rebuild that list because it's not going to recognize it as the same mod. Even though it is the same mod, the workshop version and a manually installed version, even if it's from the workshop, don't quite register the same. And so chances are you will need to kind of rebuild that list and then load it on in. But that is a way to potentially save your playthrough. A lot of mod authors also upload archives on GitHub where you can find older versions. And so that is another way to potentially recover them. And there's also a couple of RimWorld sites with mods that have older versions, so you can try looking there as well. So if it's only a handful of mods that are giving your save issues, what I recommend doing is go into the Steam Workshop right now, copy all those files, transfer them over to the manual install folder, and then find the ones that are causing your issues and replace those with manual installs of older versions. But make sure you get the Steam Workshop stuff copied over now because you don't know when they're going to be updated. A bunch of stuff was updated the first day, second day. It's going to be a slow trickle, but they're going to keep getting updated. So if you want to recover that Beta 18 save, that's the best way to do it. And that's what I'm going to be doing moving forward, is I'm only ever going to use manual installs now. I've been burned by Steam Workshop too many times at this point to justify using it anymore. So even if I can't find a mod elsewhere, if I download it through Steam Workshop, I'm going to move it over to the manual install just to prevent this from happening again. But anyways, that is the best way to avoid this or to potentially recover your save if you haven't been able to already. And let's go ahead and get started now. I have advanced time ever so slightly. I didn't want to wait for them to just kind of sit here and kick around. So the raiders are finally attacking. This person here, Giggles, has decided to stop punching holes in this mountain. And I don't know what she was up to. Someone speculated that she might have been a sapper. It's possible, but I don't know why a sapper would be attacking a mountain outside of my base, because that's not going to get her into my base. If she were, you know, trying to get through this wall or something, I would get it, but I don't know what her goal was there. But anyway, she's given up on that, and they're all attacking the front now. I don't think she is a sapper, though. Generally, it gives you some indication that they are. And she's just a grenadier. But yeah. Anyways, they're attacking. We've killed one and downed another. So Frost is downed. She is bleeding profusely. So we'll have to work very quickly to try to recover her, either as a prisoner or as a character. She's actually not bad. Yeah, not too bad. Might try to recruit her. Anyway, I believe I've drafted everybody. My UI issues continue. I haven't been able to fix that. So everybody's moving over here to help defend, but the turret is going to have to hold us down for now. So let's get things moving. And the turret fires more slowly than I would have liked. I expected it to be like rapid fire, but it's kind of a single shot. Oh my god. Just completely destroyed his torso in one hit. Yeah, I would say definitely anti-material. Especially if those materials are people. I'm going to have Ox go grab and capture Frost here. He's got a melee weapon anyway, so I don't know what use he'll be in this fight. Or, you know what? It might help to have him engaging the enemy. Also, I removed the hair mod that was causing that pink thing, but unfortunately everybody who had a hairstyle from a mod that was loaded later than that had their hair shifted again, so that's why Kenta has like Twilight tentacle things. Can you capture Frost, please? And then, are you gonna take her back? No? Just gonna stand there? What the hell? Come on, man. What are you doing? There you go. I guess because he was drafted. Conway is down but not dead. Are you any good? Pretty slowpoke, industrious, and capable of skilled labor. I could actually make use of you. She's not much of a worker, but I could make her a prison warden, especially since there's nothing else that she's really capable of. So she can train animals and watch prisoners, or try to recruit prisoners. And anybody who's currently doing that is potentially useful elsewhere, we'll just make sure that they're doing that. And she's actually a pretty good fighter, too. It's nice that they're just kind of slowly trickling in. It's making this a lot easier on me. Let's get you guys shifted over. Like that, so that you can actually shoot. Are they running away already? I didn't get any notification that they were. No, they're just wandering. Yeah, what are you guys doing? Corona, can you capture Conway? If they're just gonna like leave their people laying out here, we'll go ahead and grab them. I will go ahead and unforbid this stuff. You guys are gonna stay here. Are they fleeing? No, they're not fleeing. Definitely not fleeing. Let's see. Maris, come down here. I want you to be ready to melee attack them. But this is going pretty well. By the way, actually, no, I don't... Come on, man. I don't know if this was an issue in the last episode, but when I went to... Come on, I know you can get through there. God. Alright, do whatever you want to do. I don't know if it was an issue in the last playthrough, but when I went to start up this particular recording, these doors were gone. and apparently that mod had been updated, but what was weird is I was running off of the backups, and so I don't know how that happened, but they were gone and my base was just open to the air. So it was interesting, to say the least. And I had to go find a manual install of that. Kepin, what are you doing? Cleaning blood? We want to turn these guys into samples. Genetic samples, that is. Let's go ahead and strip them as well. And we'll use that for... what do you call it? Deconstructing and recycling. Why aren't they attacking? Kepin, you don't want to be out there right now. Maybe you can lure them this way. What are they doing? Oh, Engels! No! Come this way, Engels. Are they just trying to go around? I think they're just trying to go around. Oh, crap. Alright, I need all of you to move to here, maybe? Okay, they've changed their mind. Kepin, you gotta keep moving, dude. Keep going. Yeah, they've changed their minds, so let's get you guys back over here. What are you doing, Kepin? Why would you stand there and fight? I need you to force choke somebody. Who's got the most dangerous weapons? I think he's out of range, so try to hit one of them. Alright, Kepin's down, because he keeps trying to stand and fight. I don't know why he's doing that, but he is. You guys need to shift down so that these guys can actually fire. Boss, that's an interesting hairdo you've got going on there. Maris is hit. Let's get her out of the way. Nice, there's another one down. Another one dead. Force lightning right there, please. Uh-oh. Nice deflection, but you better go melee attack. Alright, they are breaking off. That one's dead. Fumiko. Wow, missing 2 limbs. I'll let you finish her off. Oh, killed her, okay. I mean, no, we didn't kill her. That's what I meant to say. I think I'll let them flee. We have quite a few prisoners out of this, at least 4 by my count. Too smart. I mean, you're not a bad character either. Pessimist is kind of a problem. But... huh. Too smart is good, and Xenophile's not bad. Very similar character to the other person that we grabbed, though. Let's see. You're not too badly hurt. You are... oh my god. So, the left arm is completely gone, the right arm is completely gone, and the right leg is completely gone. We would have to craft so many bionics for you. Let's see. Angles, with your new emo haircut, can you rescue Kepin? Keel, I would like you to capture Zavala and then Maris if you could capture Fumiko. We'll see if we can salvage this. And then I want you 3 with your long-range weapons to pursue. Maybe go to there. It's probably going to take you too long to get to them just because we have to go through all of the rocks, but we'll try it. No, undraft and flick that switch, and salt. And Mordant, you guys can go about your business. Let's make sure all this stuff is unforbidden so that it gets hauled into one of the trade areas. Let's strip these guys. We can use those clothes and we can use their DNA. I think that's it. Yeah. They're all gone. Oh, they went around this way. Okay, yeah. So you guys are welcome to go back to whatever you were doing. I didn't even see you go down, Giggles. Research finished. Prisoner containment. Okay. Prisoner containment is going to allow us, if my UI returns, to build, and it's under structures, but I again went to furniture, jail doors. So these are really strong. They're very expensive though. But I'm thinking of putting one here and here. And I'm assuming that they can still be lockpicked, but they're going to be a lot harder to break down than a marble door is, if I remember correctly. So let's drop one in there. Oh, I have to deconstruct it first. I thought it would just auto-replace it. It will on a wall, but not on an existing door. So we'll have to deconstruct those first, and then we'll replace them with the proper doors. I'm going to leave these as marble doors just because they're kind of a secondary defense. And so it's not as important that they're like heavily armored. Hopefully Kepin is delivered soon. I don't want to lose any colonists here. I'd like to gain a few if we can. You have a lot of injuries. Engels and Corona look identical now. I need to fix that. And then Kenta needs to lose his tentacles on his head. So they're gone. But yeah, so anyways, with the whole mod thing, obviously I was not too pleased with how some of the mod authors handled this whole thing. And I have never been afraid to kind of state my opinion. And so there were a few people that didn't quite appreciate that, but you know what? I didn't appreciate my saves being completely ruined. So it is what it is. Did you get medicine? I wouldn't have minded some herbal medicine there, but we'll probably have to deal with infections on that one. But yeah, there was a lot of excuses going around, especially this idea that, oh, like, you know, we need to make things more convenient for all the people upgrading to Beta 19. But it's like, okay, it's a matter of seconds for you to go onto the Steam Workshop and find the newer version of the mod, especially if you already know what the mod is, because then you're just searching the name. But on the other hand, you have people who have like many hours invested in their playthroughs, and you're completely ruining that by, you know, doing this, and it's really just a matter of convenience for somebody else. So it's like, okay, in what way is like ruining someone's save okay as long as it's more convenient for somebody else? Like, I don't understand the logic behind it, and there was a lot of that going around. And so I did not appreciate that, and I was happy to call it out when I saw it. Okay, let's see. Hopefully some of this stuff gets done. We have like 3 armors started at this point, and I would really like it if those would get finished in this lifetime, or at least in the lifetime of this playthrough, which at this rate might not be too much longer. Okay. Stop the bleeding. There we go. You go ahead and feed him. I don't think that, or feed her, excuse me. I don't think that she's going to be at risk for infection, because those aren't I mean, they're existing injuries, but they're not healing injuries. Like, for example, these are like something that's been treated but isn't healed yet, like this. These can get infected. I don't believe that this can. Once it's gone, it's gone. So at least Fumiko doesn't have that to worry about. I think she will be just fine as soon as she recovers from blood loss. As long as we don't do anything to like mess with her consciousness, I'm pretty sure she'll be fine. Okay. Wait, seriously? Okay, one of them got moved over there. Oh wait, there's 4 active ones now. So he started a Mando armor and a veteran Mando armor, which I told him to do that. This one, that is. I told him to start that, but apparently he took it upon himself to start this one as well. And this was the one that Kepin started. So we're going to end up with 2 Mando veteran armors, I guess. I don't know what we'll do with them. We'll figure something out, though. Maybe we'll give Pathfinder some Mando veteran armor or something. so that he's a little bit more akin to Heth. Let's see. Oh, wait. Corona, real quick. Strip these corpses first. I want those recycled. And then you can... Yeah, we can dump the bodies wherever. As long as they eventually make their way back inside to where we can... I mean, either mulching them is fine. We can mulch them or we can get genetic samples. We probably have a good enough amount of genetic samples. You got treated. Okay, good. Kepin, you look like you'll be fine. How many do we have? We have 4. I thought we had more than that, but apparently we don't. Anyways, we can obviously turn them into those, or we can turn them into mulch. And I don't remember any of you guys. None of you were force sensitive, right? I'm pretty sure I checked them already, but I'm going to check again just to be absolutely sure. Nope. God, you were all the bad traits. Yeah, so still no force sensitives. Obviously, given the chance, I'd like to take one alive, but if we accidentally kill them, then we're going to use that as our in for, you know, Pathfinder. Kenta, where are you, my man? I need you, before you meditate, to go visit this mirror to fix that ridiculous thing happening on your head. Let's see. What's your deal? Nothing in particular, but at least you're going upward. And then Carolee was injured. She's not anymore. You're just in pain. You know what? We can fix that. Oh no, is DE surgeries not working? Alright, well we can't fix that today. I'm gonna have to look into why that mod's not showing up. I'm pretty sure it's in my mod list right now. Like, I don't think that was one of the ones that got messed up, but it's possible. So I'll have to check, and hopefully I can find an older version of it if that's the case. Crap, is he starting another one? I think he's making one of each of these. Oh, great. We have a textiles trader. Do we need to trade textiles? I really only need cloth. Actually, no, I do need hyperweave. But do I have a way of trading for it? I could trade rice, yeah. So, Kenta, you are pretty good at talking to people. Actually, you're not the best, though. I keep losing track of who my social people are. Because all of these characters and all these playthroughs are starting to bleed together. Social. Anybody better than 8? I know Heth is better than that, I think, but he's obviously not here. I'm not going to wake Engels up. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm not going to wake Engels up, or Carolee, but not like Carolee's that good. I guess Pathfinder's going to do it. Pathfinder, I need you to go sell some... They're not going to buy rice, though. But we'll see what they're willing to buy. Okay, where was that hairstyle that we found for you before? So this is all the Twi'lek stuff. That's the Zabrak stuff. Let's see. I wonder if it's gone. Yeah. It looks like more of my hair mods have disappeared. So maybe I'll just give him like a vanilla hairstyle or something. Weird. I wonder which ones disappeared. Spiky. Yeah, I'm definitely not seeing what he had before. I'm just going to give him the scorpion tail because that's the closest one. Okay. And then Pathfinder's going to make his way down there so we can trade. Whose bed was that? That had to have been somebody's bed. Oh, it was Zash's. Right. So let's see. I want hyperweave. they have it and for an okay price, not a great price like some of this other stuff. I have very little that I can sell, but a lot of it is parkas that are actually fairly valuable. They have some Mando veteran armor. It's pretty cool looking. So let's see, if I sell all of these parkas and everything else, that's 1,000. Can I turn 1,000 into a decent amount of hyperweave? Not really. How much? Let's see, 60. Okay, so I can only get about 60 or so. I guess that's fine. You know what? Let's call it 75. And I'll pay into it a little bit with some silver. Oh, I don't have any silver accessible. Then it's going to have to be like, what, 55? Or they won't take silver. Is that it? They have to take silver. Yeah, I don't think I have any accessible through the, what do you call it? The orbital trade beacon. So I need to bring this just under. And it looks like it's going to have to be like 52. Yeah. Alright, well that's better than nothing. So we get rid of some parkas and we get some synthread. Not synthread, hyperweave, sorry. We get some hyperweave, which we need. And it's a shame we couldn't get these all hauled because we probably could have sold those for probably not a lot, but at least a little bit. Why is that dog sleeping outside? Isn't there enough dog beds at this point? You know what? I don't think there is, and that's kind of concerning. Why is that rabbit here? Okay. Well, do I have more of caribou leather? I don't think I do. I think I made as many beds as I could have possibly afford. No, I can do one more. Okay, well then, Keel, you get an animal bed, and hopefully that's enough for all the dogs. It looks like it is because Link is the only one not sleeping in a bed right now. Okay, are all of you going to survive? It would appear so. Okay, so let's take a look at these characters, because I only kind of vaguely glanced over them. So this is a female mercenary sniper. Too smart, xenophile pessimist. And so, yeah, she is very passionate about fighting, socializing, and animals, but not useful for really anything else. And very similar to, was it, no, Conway. Yeah, these are very similar characters. Pretty slowpoke industrious. Yeah, see, the real shame here is industrious is really wasted on a character like this because she's not really going to be doing any work. She can, train animals and warden or recruit people, but she's not actively going to be working on projects, and so that global work speed isn't going to affect anything. So that's a real bummer. Slowpoke doesn't hurt because for wardening, it's largely a lot of standing around and watching people. And then Pretty is good, I guess. It just makes people like her more, which means less fights, potentially. So, between the two, well, I mean, you have a much higher chance to have mental breaks, which isn't necessarily better. But you're essentially the same character, otherwise. Fumiko is more versatile. The psychopath trait is kind of an issue. It really depends on what kind of colony you're running. Obviously, there's some people that value psychopaths really highly because they can do things that other colonists can't. But we are not one of those colonies, and so we can't take advantage of that. And unfortunately, with the way the game works, you can't just have a psychopath who does those things for your colony because everybody else will still take the debuff. If you butcher humans, everybody will suffer a debuff, even if they weren't present for it. Even if you do it off-site. So if I go and set up a camp somewhere and butcher humans there, it's still going to affect our colony. Or at least it did in previous versions of the game. And so what that means is Well, I mean, it's still not a bad trait, I guess, because it just means that a lot of things won't bother her. This is going to cause conflicts with some of our other characters because we do have people with chemical interests, and so they might butt heads about that. But I prefer this to chemical interest or chemical fascination because if she has a mental break, she's not going to go start binging all the drugs in the base. And then she's a hard worker, so she will work fast on whatever she's doing. And it looks like we can maybe make her into a builder and a crafter. And she might take over our trading duties as well, because I think she is the best character for it. And so we'll need to get her some new limbs, but that she is a character I would like to recruit. And then honestly, they're kind of all decent characters. They're all good fighters, or at least okay fighters. Frost is the worst, right? Yeah, Frost is the worst, but still like decent. And let's see, Frost can mine and grow, so Frost wouldn't make a terrible prisoner, I guess. Yeah, that's not the end of the world. Why? I'm pretty sure I set this for prisoners only. Whoops. Oh, whatever mod was allowing me to do that is gone. Okay, so I can't dictate that anymore. That's a real shame. I don't know what mod that was allowing me to do that, but it's clearly gone now. So we'll get those in there. Caravan 1 has arrived, and they are going to be very hungry, I imagine. Actually, I thought they'd be hungrier than that. Like, I thought they'd be starving, but no, they're just urgently hungry. Urgently hungry, and Zash, you're actually starving. Okay, but it's trivial, so it doesn't matter. Let's see, this was Zash's bed, so let's get that set for her. Zash, there's your bed. And did we have any unknown beds? Just this one, so this is going to be the new character's bed. Karwan, or something like that. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and rename him right now. Somebody had asked for the name Hask, which I think is one of the characters in the latest Battlefront, but I don't buy AAA games, especially if they're made by EA, so I vaguely remember watching a YouTube video about it, and I'm fairly certain that was one of the characters. But he's going to be Hask now, because I can pronounce that more easily. Okay. And we're going to get him into some different armor. We're also going to get him a different weapon whenever possible. And we need to set your schedules. I still have them on the old school schedules. I guess I'll leave it since it's not really causing us problems here. But in my other playthroughs, I kind of abandoned this just because it was creating issues. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that. Because he was a night owl. I don't think she was, though. No. Okay, so he's a night owl. Let's get him on the night shift, which is going to be the same as Karan. Alright, and sleep there. Anything there. So yeah, we'll try that and see how it goes. But I find that even though they work more efficiently like this, when we have things that interrupt our schedule, it can become a problem because people will start suffering from exhaustion. But generally, it makes them more effective because what they'll do otherwise, and I think I've explained this earlier on in the playthrough when I first set them up, but if you don't have them set to specifically work, if you have them set to anything, they will do literally anything. And so what that means is they'll start a project, and then they'll go eat, and then they'll go play horseshoes, and then they'll go do target practice or something, and then they'll come back and work for a little bit. And they'll just kind of cycle through random things and generally not get a lot done. And so if you set them to work, they will work for that entire period and not sleep or do anything else. Let's see, Zash needs a new haircut. Kind of like her with just simple, messy. I actually don't mind that. It really doesn't matter. I'm thinking about giving her a hood. I kind of like that one. I don't know. It kind of like looks funny on her like very tiny body. And I need to get rid of like all these devil horns on people. Really, I just need more helmets, and then we don't have to deal with these ridiculous hairstyles. Can you change yours real quick here? Let's see, spiky, no. Boss, we gotta give you something tough looking. It might just be a shaved head. I mean, that kind of, yeah, I feel like that kind of suits him. Like a military buzz cut. Marks, where are you at? You're mining? Come get your hair cut. And we're gonna have to do angles too, because he looks like Corona running around. So you're next. Did that door get built? It did. 420, so it is stronger than the marble door, not by as much as I would have liked, but it is better. Okay, so let's see. Marks. Yeah, I need to find more hair mods that are compatible, or go back and figure out which ones I had. I mean, with his gray hair, I kind of don't mind the Scatman one. Let's just do that. And angles, I need you to come fix your hair over here. Angles. Messy, I don't know about that. No. None of these anime hairstyles either. At least not on this particular character. They just don't look right. I don't know. Angles. I can't remember what you had before. I feel like he had like a beard, didn't he? Yeah, he had like mutton chops and a beard or something. None of these are really on that level. I guess you're gonna just have the tuft for now. But yeah, he had like a, I want to say it was like a handlebar mustache that like connected to mutton chops or something. Like very, very sideburn heavy facial hair. But those are unfortunately a casualty of Beta 19. So I'll have to see if I can get those back. At least our plants are growing again. That's nice. And I don't know if they're growing any faster than they would have been. They might actually, because when we were using the transparent roofing, we had suboptimal lighting in here because they don't light, or they don't let a perfect amount of light through. Whereas these get to 100% lighting. I think those were like at best 90. I think they might have only been 50 to be honest. But anyways, this is more optimal lighting wise. Obviously the soil didn't change, so that's going to be the same. But with tilled soil we have a maximum of 200 because the fertility is 200, and so it looks like, yeah, we're growing at 200% of the normal growth rate, which is pretty solid. And it looks like these are actually going to recover. So luckily the trees didn't completely die off. That's nice. But I am really bummed about this. I mean, I'm glad that the prison labor mod isn't gone, but I don't know what mod was allowing me. There was another option right here, and I could designate who was allowed to do what. And so I could say anybody who's here can do it, only people who are part of our colony can do it, so if guests come, guests won't touch that particular bench. I can say only colonists, so only people that are, you know, up here. Or I can say only prisoners, and then that way only, you know, prisoners would come in here and work on this. But unfortunately that is no longer the case. Speaking of prisoners, what happened to Mara? And Cold? Did they just like up and leave? Oh god, more huskies? Give me a break. I do not need more huskies. I wonder if they just like up and walked out. We didn't have a prison break, but could they have just left? I don't know how they would have. Huh. I'm gonna have to look into that. But we had 2 prisoners in here. And they were here last episode, I'm fairly certain, so I don't know where they went. And I'm wondering if they were a casualty of this whole mod mess as well. I can't imagine why they would be, though. Uh-oh. Oh, apparently our lasers are gone as well. Oh, this is just an absolute mess. They were here last episode too, so I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with that. But obviously we're having lots of issues with mods still. At least the save is still loadable. We can at least take solace in that, but we're missing 2 prisoners now. Obviously we researched laser weapons and we were on the verge of, or I think we had started laser turrets. Those are gone. And so at this point I don't know what's happening, but obviously nothing good. Zash just leveled up. Where is she? Up here? There she is. Okay, so you do have a lightsaber. I think it's worth finally giving you some skills in handling it. So we'll start her with offense because she can't do full damage with it until she has at least 1 point in it. And I'm going to check the time, but I think that might be it for today. Oh yeah, as usual I've gone way over, but we're going to go ahead and call it here. I'm going to have to look back at the footage and see what happened to the prisoners. Nobody mentioned anything in the comments of last episode, so I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything. I think I would have noticed a prison break, and I think one of you guys would have as well, and if I didn't do anything about it, I'm sure one of you would have mentioned it. So I don't think it was that. At no point was the base or was the prison open, so they couldn't have just walked out. If there was a prison break, they could have picked the locks and walked out, but we would have known. So it wasn't that. And without a prison break, they couldn't have gotten through the doors. The doors were here. These are vanilla doors, so no mod conflict could have removed those. And these are modded doors now, but last episode they weren't. We just put those in. So I don't know what happened to them. But that kind of sucks because there's really no way I can recover them without reloading an old save. And I don't know that I want to sacrifice 4 prisoners for 2 in having to redo all that. So yeah, I don't know. It's getting tough. We'll have to figure something out. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.